on, guys? We are admiring the MR2 and, working on drift car stuff.
What is up, YouTube? Back in the garage. We got the garage door open because it is actually warm outside for once here in Pennsylvania. And today I am pulling the differential out of the Rx8. And in the meantime, Nick is doing some wrenching. What's going on over here?
The alignment, I lowered the front. When I put the FDF kit on, it actually raised the car. And then probably not till after the event, we'll probably do an update on just how the kit feels and everything. I want to get it on an alignment rack and really dial it in, but we're gonna shoestring or fishing line it.
Quick and dirty.
Yeah, so.
It looks good, that's for sure. Looking nice back in there. So over here, I also did a little quick dirty alignment, not even with any string or anything. I maxed out the stock camber and also the stock caster, which pushes the wheel pretty much as far forward as I can get it. Just from reading and my limited knowledge, you want positive caster, which helps with self-steer because of where your tire contact patch is compared to the axis of rotation of your hub or your knuckle. So I went ahead and maxed that out, and it also helps me get a little bit of clearance in my wheel well. Right now, it gets real tight back in here whenever I turn it to the left. The front isn't really too bad right now, so but raising it up maybe just like a ½ inch would give me a lot of extra clearance in there. I may just have to do some massaging on that back of the wheel well there. But so for today, I am taking out the stock differential. This was an automatic Rx8, so it came with an open diff. For now, I actually have this LSD differential, which came in one of the manual Rx8s. They all came with a stock LSD. And I got this quite a while ago, kind of just in case, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with the car yet. And now I'm gonna put this in. I'm figuring that for the next while, after I get this thing on the road and driving, that's mainly what I want to be doing with it, is driving it on the road and not pushing it to its limits quite yet. The stock LSD will be, I'd say, a lot more comfortable, easy to drive compared to the welded diff. I don't think it'll be sufficient to drift on, which is why I'll weld up the open diff while it's out and then swap that in before I end up going to the track. All right, guys, the diff is out. That was very easy. Here are my access holes. You can see this was my first one, and I kind of missed the mark, but then the other three I got good. Here's a look at my reinforcement up there. Relatively easy. Got the 4 bolts out on the top, and then it was just the 2 bolts out on the bottom that go through here into the little bracket there. So now my issue is the new diff I have that is supposed to be out of a manual Rx8, which would be an LSD. It looks identical. So I'm not sure if it's actually an LSD. So what I'm probably gonna do is open them both up and compare. I'm gonna open them up, see what they look like, see if I can tell which one has the LSD in it, and then decide what I wanna do from there. And over here, Nick's got the 350Z back on the ground with this crazy camber gang camber.
Sitting kind of low. I'm probably gonna have to raise it,
dude.
but I'm not gonna raise
Dude,
it.
that is crazy camber.
Dude, that thing, look at all that dead nuts.
Jeez. Looks like it probably is an LSD. What do you think, Nick?
Definitely an LSD.
And we're back. It's the next weekend. Gonna get right into this diff, get it sealed back up, and get it into the car. Nick's here.
Yeah.
And I have a discovery.
Off to a great start today.
Yeah, great start. This was the diff I just had open. This is the diff that was already in the car. And it's also an LSD. So I did all of that for nothing.
To be fair, we did some tests with it on the car and we thought it wasn't open. And it was an automatic, and I guess only some automatics came with LSD, so we're pretty much under the conclusion it wasn't open. Regardless, we probably would have pulled it anyhow.
I pulled out my differential for no reason, and I'm not even going to put the other one back in because I know it had higher miles, so I'm going to put mine back in. Well, I better find something else interesting to put in this video, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? I got the diff back together. I didn't film any of it because, like I said, it was kind of a waste of time that I even took it out. And now we're going to get some grub. Where are we going?
Good old Taco Bell.
Old TB. And we're riding in Nick's Z. He just aligned it, as you saw in the beginning of this video, and he also had to raise it up. So
I lowered it, then raised it.
he was like real slammed originally. Go check out the last video. In the last clip, his car was like Camber Gang, Stance McGee. Might have to go test out the angle kit a little bit, huh? What is up, YouTube? Another day.
What's up?
We got Nick here. We got the garage kind of cleaned up. Got a way made for the Rx8 to get outside. Because I pulled the diff out and I didn't need to, and it feels like I'm working backwards and wasting my time, I wanted to feel like I was making progress. So I am going to pull the Rx8 outside, do some fun mods to it.
Easy, stress-free.
Easy mods. Once I get the Rx8 out, I am going to replace it with the MR2 in the back of the garage because I really want to start digging into this thing, start working on it. Tons of work ahead of me on that. So the Rx8, I think, is through the stage of being on jack stands for a long period of time. So from now on, I can kind of work on that out front here, and I can stick the MR2 up on jack stands.
We'll get there. Yeah, it didn't grind at all.
Yeah, no, it felt really...
I didn't want to say nothing, but I was a little worried about the old junkyard trans.
All right, guys, we're finally finishing Nick's exhaust.
Fine.
So he's gonna work on getting, I guess it's just this rear piece, or are you doing in the middle?
I gotta pull that whole section right there out.
So yeah, we're gonna stick a muffler right in the middle, and then he's gonna get rid of this silencer, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Don't worry, you got some welding ahead of you.
I keep telling him how ugly the silencer is. All right, Nick's got the exhaust out.
Yes, I do.
So he's gonna insert this muffler right about there. I guess that's before the differential.
This is, yeah, the diff.
And then we'll put a spot to disconnect it at a V-band somewhere before the differential. That way you can just take that piece out. Yeah. So Nick, what is one thing that we hate more than anything else?
The ricer tails?
The ricer tails. So for some reason, whenever I started getting into cars, and probably Nick too, there were these taillights called, I guess they were called Euro tails. And they originated from like the European cars. And the Rx8 has them from factory. Like clear lenses, and you can see all of the stuff going on inside. And they're not my favorite, let's just say that. So I don't know what Mazda was thinking, and they never fixed it. I think the newer RX8s might have been a little bit better, but for the most part, they're no bueno. So I am gonna attempt to fix that issue that Mazda never seemed to catch, and I'm gonna do that the easiest way possible, I'm hoping. I'm gonna try this anodized coating from Duplicolor, and we are gonna fix the ricer tail issue.
What up?
Who's that guy who drove the dirty bird car?
What's up, Austin?
Not much.
Austin slid in, Nick's here,
What's
working
up?
on his exhaust. Matt's in the corner, about to fall asleep, keeping an eye on the taillights.
Yeah, just got a little bit high.
Don't let him go anywhere.
Alright.
Nick has his Nick has his V-band sections cut, so I'm gonna go ahead and tack these up, and he'll well, I'm gonna tack these up, and then you'll put it back in the car and
I should be able to finish it then.
mock up the rest of it.
Yeah, I just cut a bunch of stuff, and now it's really hard to line up. So.
Okay, yeah, so we're basically, my goal here is to get these square with the pipe, tack them for him.
I'm
and then
just
we'll go
cleaning
from
up
there.
in the meantime.
All right, we got the taillights painted, so they're red now, so that's good. So I'm gonna go get them on the car. Yeah, I'll take one at a time.
Let's see if Nick's asleep real quick. How you doing, Nick?
Not sleeping.
All right, dude, I think the red is gonna look great. Red on red. What do you think, Matt?
I think it would look good too.
All right, now let's go get the second one. Okay.
Gotta follow. Oh, I'm stuck in the dark.
Dude, it looks good. Wait, let's get in there.
So. It looks a lot better
It actually, the red looks a lot brighter.
Do I show it to him?
outside.
Yeah, now that it's on the car, it looks a lot brighter. It doesn't look as orange. They still have a little bit of orange to them, but
Dude, they look much better.
way better.
Way better.
No more ricer tails. So I don't want to see anybody running RX8s with stock taillights anymore.
What do you think about that, Nick?
That everyone's still gonna run on stock.
$15. That's all it takes.
How much?
$15.
What if it was $16? Would you have done it?
Yes, I would have done it for $100. No more ricer tails. You're getting me after I've already got the practice, dude.
I know, it's supposed to be the other way around.
All right, Nick, inspect and make sure I didn't miss something.
Looks good.
All right, guys, that is gonna be it for this video. I know it was kind of jumping around. I thought it was gonna be a I put an LSD in my RX8 type of video, and it turned out to be a paint your taillights and weld Nick's exhaust video. Matt, anything to say?
I'm tired.
We're all tired, so we're calling it for today. Gonna go get some dinner. Oh shoot, yeah. I'm calling it for today. Nick's gonna put his exhaust on. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time.